JJ Abrams, he did the newer Star Trek. He's known for putting the light flare effects in it and all such. JJ Abrams Black Superman movie still alive despite violent racist backlash. Warner Brothers won't let it die after 500 million mega deal. Yeah, the racists are stopping it. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Back in 2021, the director had announced a Black Superman movie to be in development over at Warner Brothers. 3 years later, we may not have any updates about it, but we do know that the Black Superman movie is fighting with everything it has got. Superman stole my bike.
I just, oh.
It was a part of a $500 million mega deal between the director and Warner Brothers. So how many dicks did he suck to get a deal like that?
I don't even want to know.
Amidst reports that JJ Abrams' deal with Warner Brothers has been dropped to very low levels, Variety alleges that Black Superman project is still alive, breathing, and fighting every day for its survival. They must have found a new blower. Having a Black Superman project came with its own sort of problems for the Star Trek director, too. From trolls to racist comments, the project is quite the challenge, but former Superman actor Henry Cavill had the best say. Well, first of all, I got to say, there may be some racists out there that are getting in trouble. I don't know, but I have no doubt most of them are like, leave Superman the fuck alone. Just leave him alone. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, they're iconic superheroes for a reason. If you change the icon, this completely kills the point.
If they want a iconic black hero, make one. Henry Cavill said Superman's far more than skin color. Superman is an idea. Superman's an extraordinary thing that lives within our hearts, and he's right. That's why he's iconic. Unfortunately, that phrase, that saying there, that quote, can be taken either way. They're kind of like, well, he lives within our hearts. He can be any color we want. They could take it like that. Or you could take it like, why change anything? It's the idea that stands. So that when they say he said it best, I don't agree, because that could be taken either way. That's kind of a non-answer.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I think I would have said something to the effect of Superman, like Captain America, is an iconic character for a reason. You can't just take these iconic characters and change them so drastically and expect a good welcoming from the public. It just don't work like that.
So Levi-Strauss here basically saying while he likes his anime, he has no problem with the women. He's been all over the globe in uniform. So yeah, the army. So it seems he does really well for himself.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Steel was supposed to be Black Superman.
Yeah.
Steel. He's referring to the character Steel. There's a, unless I'm mistaken, it was in the 90s with the death of Superman and a bunch of fake Supermen popped up. And okay, in that latest incarnation on TV, was it Superman and Lois?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Anybody?
Oh yeah. It was Superman and Lois.
Okay, the black man in the suit of armor, right? That was kind of a reiteration of the character. It wasn't exactly the same, but it was, I believe he's, for the most part, speaking of that character.
Well,
and here he has another point. I thought Static Shock was an iconic black superhero. He put a shock to your system. And that character he was black, and the whole thing was very black coded. And yeah, I mean, they can make black heroes. Why do they have to keep changing white people? Now, it's like I was on reality based earlier, and somebody said it's not race swapped, it's race replacement. And they are absolutely right. They hit the nail on the head with that.
Yeah. That
He
Static
is
Shock.
also correct here. There was a Steel movie in the 90s too, and it was a shit movie, but I do remember it.
I know I think it was the early 2000s, there was a Static Shock TV show. I used to watch that as a kid, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I remember that. Seems Dax and R also enjoyed Static Shock.
Another iconic, to me, it was iconic. Another iconic black character was Spawn and Blade. Those two.
I know.
Spawn was a black character, but they rarely showed his face. Also, in the storyline, he made a deal with the devil or whatever the powers that be was to come back and show his face, but they're like, okay, but we're going to make it white.
Yeah. I know Blade was extremely popular there for a long time. Like, he was one of the first big comic book movies that got popular.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes in the Blade movies. I think they say he was a nightmare to work with. And I believe it. But those were some great movies. I mean, they weren't like the best movies ever, but they were up there. They were good.
Yeah. Now they got Luke Cage. That was okay. I didn't quite get into that series too much, but it was okay. The Luke Cage one.
Okay, they brought out Luke Cage and Iron Fist at the same time. In the comics, those two were often paired. There was a comic called Heroes for Hire, and it would be those two characters together. And
Yeah, I like that.
but I don't remember that Jessica Jones being part of the mix. But then again, I wasn't really into Heroes for Hire, that comic.
I know.
I
I
never
like that.
cared for Jessica Jones.
Yeah, me either. It's just her attitude really ruined the show to me.
She was a smart ass bitch through the whole TV show. It was like,
Yeah.
they went out of their way to make her unlikable.
Yeah, I just didn't like her. I just really didn't like her.